New reporting from the New York Times on a high-priced gamble from the National Republican Senatorial Committee to spend big on digital outreach and other tactics. A gamble that, according to the Times, has not paid off. Listen to this. Quote, by the end of July, the committee had collected a record $181 million, but had already spent more than 95% of what it had brought in. The Republican group entered August with just $23 million on hand, less than half of what the Senate Democratic Committee had ahead of the final intense phase of the midterm elections. Joining me now is the reporter behind that article, national political reporter for the New York Times, Shane Goldmacher. Just so people know, Shane, this is the committee of the Senate headed by Senator Rick Scott. They raise money to win elections for Republicans running for Senate, and they don't have as much money as they thought they'd have now.
Yeah, this is the exclusive purpose of this committee. It exists to elect a Republican majority in the Senate. And sort of what was so interesting is last year they were announcing month after month, they were breaking every record. They're bringing in more money than they ever had done before. And yet now they have much less than the Democrats, and they've even spent less on ads than the same committee did 2 years earlier. And so I tried to set out to answer the question of, well, how does that come about? How do you raise more than ever before and somehow have less?
And the answer is?
The answer is they tried to invest in a huge digital program. They thought we're going to spend millions, tens of millions of dollars online, on Google ads, on Facebook ads, get people to click, give us your name, your email address, your cell phone number, and we will hit you up for money. And they did raise some more money, but the problem is it cost them even more than they brought in.
It costs money a lot of times to raise money, and their investment, they're not seeing the return on the investment they would like. Let me just read the NRSC statement here, because they say they are doing what you claim they said they're going to do. It's been our plan all along to spend early on campaigns and to grow the NRSC's house file. That means the data, the mailing list, which is paying dividends now and will continue to in the future. We made the investment. We're glad we did. It will benefit the NRSC and the party as a whole for cycles to come, but not now.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's pretty unusual to say we've made this investment. It may not be helping now, but it's going to help over the long term. And they might be right. Maybe years from now, this could benefit the Republican Party, but right now it doesn't. And one of the problems is that these lists, the emails and the phone numbers they vacuumed up, the tactics that they were using, the tactics they used to raise the money from these people inside the Republican Party have been telling me these are exploitative tactics.
Explain this in detail, because this is a really interesting aspect of this article.
So we found that there were text messages going out. They would find somebody's phone number and know that they were a Republican donor. So in this sort of WinRed online donating system, your phone number, your credit card is all saved. So they would send you a text message and say a provocative political question. Do you think Joe Biden should resign? Would you vote for Donald Trump for a third time? Reply yes to donate $25. And that's the entirety of the text. Shows up from like a 1855 number. And if you write back yes, if you're a Republican, and again, a lot of the people getting these messages are older people, you write back yes, you get a $25 donation processed immediately without clicking on a single link, without a link to click to find out where the text was coming from, to the National Republican Senatorial Committee. And this practice was actually blocked by WinRed, which is storing this credit card information. They didn't provide any comment to me. The Senate committee wouldn't even comment or defend the tactics they were using. They're no longer being able to do this, but they did this. By some estimates, tens of millions of these messages went out to Americans across the country.
And there is a metric for how much this has upset some people, and that is?
That's how much you have to refund in money, right? If people ask for their money back, it usually means they're unhappy. And the volume of refunds that the Senate Republican Committee is giving, it's quadruple what it was in the previous cycle. And it's far, far higher than the Democratic Senate Committee's refund rate.
Yeah, so not only do you not get to keep the money, you upset the people, the very people that you're trying to get to support you.
And then, yeah, so you look at that big haul. We brought in more money than ever, but we also had to refund more than
And
ever.
just one last question on this. Rick Scott, the senator from Florida, is running this committee. Mitch McConnell is the Senate minority leader, who would be majority leader. There's been some tension between these two men already.
Quite a bit of tension, and in public tension, which is really unusual between two leaders of the same party in the same chamber. They have disagreements over money, and they have disagreements over candidates. Mitch McConnell, for the last decade, has said, we have to intervene in these Republican primaries to get people who won't lose in November. And Rick Scott, who the party opposed when he first ran for governor, is very much against that. And so what you have is a series of candidates who emerged from the primaries, many of whom were backed by Donald Trump, many of whom were first-time candidates. And the McConnell team, they're worried those candidates are going to lose in November. And the only thing Mitch McConnell cares about is winning the Senate in November.
Shane Goldmacher, as I said, it's a terrific article. Thank you so much for sharing your reporting with us this morning.
Thanks for having me.